I know, General Welch, that you were asked earlier about the Air Force Special Victims Counsel pilot program. And Senator Murray and I, we have a bill combating Military Sexual Assault Act of 2013. It has 33 co-sponsors. As I understand it, you said that the response has been very, very positive in the Air Force to this program.
Yes, Senator, overwhelmingly positive.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Yes, ma'am.
In other words, victims feel that they have the support of the system, which has been, when I look at your survey, that is one of the issues that comes loud and clear when you have people who are reporting saying 43% heard about negative experiences of other victims that went through that reported their situation. So General Dempsey, I would like to ask you what your position is on our legislation in terms of giving this Special Victims Counsel not only to those in the Air Force victims, but in every branch of our military.
Yes, Senator, thanks. We've discussed that as chiefs, and there's a distinction between special victims capabilities and special victims advocacy that we're trying to work through and understand the resource implications. But we are very much in agreement that we need to do more for victims.
Okay, General. So, I also would appreciate if you're able to give us, I know that you're talking about it at a command level with the Secretary, but as we go into the markup next week, it would be very helpful to know, because this piece of legislation does have 33 co-sponsors in the Senate, and I want to make sure that every victim of sexual assault gets the support that they need in this system to make sure that people, we turn this around in terms of people there's a group of people that are not coming forward because they fear how they are going to be treated in this system. And so I think knowing that there's a representative that represents them and will represent their rights and respect their rights within the system, I think is very important. So I'd appreciate any follow-up you have on that with your meetings within. I wanted to ask also, in our legislation, one of the incidents that we've been, when we talk about incidents that we're all troubled by, one of them happened at Lackland, where you have 43 female trainees alleged to have been victimized by their military training instructors. 17 instructors were accused of offenses ranging from improper relationship to all the way to rape. And one of the components of the legislation that Senator Murray and I have introduced actually prohibits sexual contact between instructors and trainees while the training is going on and within 30 days of the completion of basic training. I think all of you as leaders of the military appreciate that there certainly is a vulnerability to those who are in a training setting with those who are the commanders there and who the people that they are reporting to that are training them. So, General, I wanted to, when I saw your written response to that piece of the legislation, I was troubled by the fact that there wasn't an endorsement of that. And so I need to understand where do you stand on the notion of prohibiting sexual contact between instructors and trainees during basic training?
We have spoken about special protections for example, cadets and basic trainees. But we find ourselves at a little bit of on the horns of a dilemma. We've got the 576 process that the Secretary of Defense has been chartered to go through, and we haven't had a chance, frankly, to speak with him about any of these in particular, which is why I've said on a couple of occasions now that personally I think some of these issues have real merit and potential, but I have to also be true to the legislation and the panel that will try to see this thing holistically. So I'm not trying to avoid the question, Senator, but I am trying to make sure that I have the opportunity with the Secretary to bring it into context.
I know that my time is up, and I just think it would be hard to justify not supporting what seems to be basic common sense when you have incidents like Lackland. Just the relationship between a trainee in a basic training setting and the individuals who have command over them, who are training them, that there should not be sexual contact there, because that obviously can lead to issues of coercion. So I would hope that that would be something that would just pass the basic common sense test. So I look forward to hearing more about that from you as you have these meetings.